Hi, I'm Jen, a coloring book artist and small business owner. Welcome back to my studio. It's been a little while since you've probably last seen me, and that's because I took an unplanned but a much needed break from YouTube. I just found myself feeling stuck in a bit of a rut with my videos, and I wasn't really happy with what I was creating, and instead of pushing through just to upload something, I decided to take a step back and spend some time to reset and reflect. During my time away, however, I started thinking a lot about the direction of my business and what changes I want to make going forward. So in today's video, I want to catch you up on what's been going on while I was on my break and talk about some adjustments I'm making for my business and content. First up, one of my goals and hopes for my business this year was to begin outsourcing more of my products while expanding my whole product line. However, due to the new and constantly changing and increasing tariffs, it's proving to be more difficult and more costly than I had anticipated. So while I do still hope that I can expand the kinds of products that I offer, it's just going to take me some time to figure it all out. And I think for the time being, I'm probably going to continue to make what I can at home and thoroughly utilize the various machines that I own, like my heat press and laser machine, to make new things. A bit of good news is that my coloring books are printed here in the US, and as far as I can tell as of right now, the cost to make them has remained the same. So I will absolutely keep those in stock and plan to continue making and releasing new books. And if you're new here and haven't seen them yet, my coloring books are all single-sided and printed on thick paper so that you can use the coloring medium of your heart's desire without worrying about the bleed-through on the other page. I've also hand-drawn all of the pages, covers, and details throughout every single book, and they are truly made with a lot of thought, attention, and care. I love my coloring books, and they are truly my favorite thing that I've made so far, so it has definitely been such a huge relief that I can still make them and offer them for you to enjoy. And I actually just ordered a restock of a few editions, so I have plenty of fresh copies if you're interested in grabbing some to start coloring. In addition to making coloring books, I do plan to start offering more digital/printable coloring pages as well. I realized that while my coloring books are higher quality, they're also on the higher cost side, so I like to offer more affordable options as well, and I think printable coloring pages is a great way to do that. I already have several pages on my shop, but I definitely want to increase the options for you. During my break, I actually made 2 new coloring pages available. The first one is available on my shop currently, while the other is a small freebie that you can get through my Instagram highlights. They're both Easter related, so maybe not something that you'd like to color right now, but going forward, I just want to offer more pages for you to enjoy, so be sure that you're following me to make sure that you don't miss out on any new pages. Another way that I am currently offering additional printable coloring pages is through my Patreon, which actually brings me to a new change that I'm making. Starting this month and every month going forward, I will now officially be offering 2 new coloring pages to the Very Berry digital tier and above. Additionally, for anyone in any of the physical mail tiers, I'll also send you a printed version of one of the coloring pages, so you don't have to worry about finding a printer or remembering to download it. I only recently actually printed out and colored in one of the pages that I offer on my Patreon, and it helped me realize that we are all busy. And we all have so much going on that sometimes we may not have the time or energy to take that one step to print something off. So I think sending out the page along with the other goodies is a great idea. Now, while on the topic of Patreon, there is one more change that I'm making. I've decided to retire the monthly podcasts and instead replace it with a monthly video. So each month you will get an exclusive color with me or a draw with me video where I'll explain my coloring or drawing process for a new page or new art piece. and this benefit will be available for everyone in the very digital tier and above. Now, on the website side of things, I've given my homepage a fresh makeover. My old layout just wasn't capturing what Fructus Illustrations is all about, so I made some big changes, and I feel like the new look better highlights exactly what I do, which is making coloring books, stickers, and art that are all designed to spark joy. Along with this website refresh, I've also changed and simplified my logo. I just felt that the old design wasn't in line with my current style, and it felt a tad too busy. So I tweaked it and refined it to look like this. I am very happy with the new one, and I've also already updated my profile pictures on all my socials too, so you might have already spotted that change. Now, the last thing that I'd like to talk about is my content specific to YouTube and the direction that I'd like to go. So, I started making videos and uploading to YouTube a little over 2 years ago, and honestly, it has been one of the best things that I could have done because in such a short amount of time, this community grew, and I got so many positive and encouraging comments that said that I've inspired you, or that you're able to relate to my story, or that you loved following along my journey, and that you're so glad that you found me because you find my tutorials and explanations so helpful. All of this positive feedback and support truly propelled me and made me excited to keep making videos to share online. Now, don't get me wrong, I still have that excitement and I 100% want to keep making videos, but I think I just want to redefine the way that I make videos going forward. For a while, I was really enjoying the ideas and videos that I was putting out. They all had a clear intention and purpose, and they were fun to make. But I think somewhere between the end of last year and the beginning of this year, I began to put a big pressure on myself to make better content. This wasn't something that was derived from any kind of external feedback or criticism or really anything like that. I think I put that on myself because my business wasn't performing to the internal expectations that I had set on myself. For context, during the last quarter of 2023, I had the best months that I've ever had for my business. It was obviously really great, and it felt really good to surpass my expectations. So when Q4 of 2024 rolled around, I had hopes to match that success from the previous year. But I didn't. And while I fully understand that growth is not linear, it still affected me a bit mentally. I know that not meeting the same level of success doesn't automatically make it a failure. I mean, when I compare it to previous years, it was still better than I had done before that. But it kind of all just messed with my mind and my head a little bit. So I guess because of how my shop was doing, which again wasn't bad at all, I felt that I had to do better somewhere else. And so I set an even higher expectation for my YouTube videos to compensate. And all this led me down a kind of slippery slope where I felt like nothing was working and I began to feel lost. I tried pushing through, but I had a moment where I felt like what I was doing was pointless. And I knew then that I had to take a second to pause and take a step back. Now, I don't think there is anything wrong with the videos that I've made, and there isn't too much that I think I need to change in that area, but I think I just needed a break. Firstly, to avoid a burnout, but also to remind myself of the reasons I started making videos and sharing my process and journey in the first place. My intention with this YouTube channel from the beginning has always been to share my knowledge and lessons learned with all of you about being a self-employed artist and running my own small business. I want this to be a place where you can ask questions and encourage and inspire each other to try new things and achieve your creative goals, whatever they may be. I want this to be a fun and positive place where we have a great community, and I just needed to remind myself of all of this, and I needed that break to recalibrate myself. And so now that I'm back, I've got my rest, I've had time to think, I am very excited to get back into the swing of things. I just wanted to share my thoughts and feelings about all of this because I think hearing my experience may be helpful to you in case you've been feeling stuck or if you found yourself in a rut too. I know it's been incredibly helpful to me, especially after watching Catnip's video where she announced that she is pivoting her entire business and has decided to move away from a product-based business, and she's decided to close her studio and sell all of her remaining inventory. She plans on focusing on actually creating stories and illustrations, which is what she has always wanted to do. There was also a video from Gel Arts where she talked about YouTube burnout. She shared a lot of the same sentiments, feelings, and thoughts that I've been feeling, and it just gave me more to reflect upon to help me figure things out for myself. Both of them have been on YouTube and running their own businesses longer than I have. And to know that they also have challenges and struggles to overcome helped me realize that I'm not alone, and that it's 100% okay to make adjustments and change things if they're not working for you. So going forward, I do plan to stick to uploading a new video here every other week, as I did before, and I want to stay mindful of what my intentions are and remind myself constantly of them because I do like it here, and I like sharing content with you. You guys are truly so kind and thoughtful, so I'd like to continuing in nurturing this community together. So thank you for your patience and understanding. I've really missed you guys, so thank you for watching until the end and for listening to me. I hope you all have a creative rest of your day and week ahead of you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!